Hey, what's up, movie people? I hope you're doing well. This is going to be my review of the new Transformers movie, Transformers Rise of the Beast. It's going to be non-spoiler. I'm not going to talk about any of the details. Let's see if Transformers Rise of the Beast is worth your money. Alright, welcome to the review, everyone. Make sure you leave a like. It helps out a lot. But the plot of Transformers Rise of the Beast follows Optimus Prime and the Autobots. They take on their biggest challenge yet. When a new threat capable of destroying the entire planet emerges, they must team up with the powerful faction of Transformers known as the Maximals to save Earth. So this movie is kind of like something that I've never seen from Transformers. I've never grew up with the Rise of the Beast storyline kind of like that. I grew up with the Michael Bay Transformers. I grew up with Transformers Prime. I watched that on Netflix a lot when I was a kid, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoy the first and the third Michael Bay movie, and I think Bumblebee is the best Transformers movie. I think it's great. I was going into this one not expecting a lot, but I actually came out having a really fun time. You know, I think it was a surprising film. I think that it was very fun, but it's not up there and great to me like Bumblebee was. It's kind of on the same level as the first one, maybe a little bit worse than that one, but I had a fun time with this one. And Steven Caple Jr. is the director here. He directed Creed 2, which is an amazing Creed movie, but I think he did a really good job here. He did a good job making this feel like his own Transformers movie, add its own unique style. It of course takes place in the 90s too, so you have a cool soundtrack. But our plot, kind of like I said, takes us on the adventure of the Autobots teaming up with Maximals to take down the Terracons and stop Unicron from taking over the Earth. And honestly, the plot worked for me. It's simple, but also kind of complex. There's a puzzle that they need to solve, kind of like every other Transformers movie. But it's not like really stupid like The Last Night and the Age of Extinction. Those plots were just insanely dumb. But onto the cast, we got Anthony Ramos, who plays our main character, Noah Diaz. And then we got Dominic Fishback, who plays the other main character, Elena. And then Peter Cullen, of course, returns our GOAT Optimus Prime as the voice. And Pete Davidson plays Mirage. Elisa Koshy in there, Ron Perlman, Michelle Yeoh, Peter Dinklage plays our villain. Stacked cast here. I think they all did a great job. I think Anthony Ramos really did surprise me a lot. I think he was great in this. I loved his comedic timing with Mirage. And on to Mirage, I think that Pete Davidson really did carry this film a lot with his comedy. He probably improvised some of the script when he was in the voice booth doing the voice work, and I really liked it. He's so funny in this, and then some of those lines just got my audience laughing so much because I was at a early screening and it was just hilarious. Everyone was hyped to see this movie, and it was a really funny movie. Probably one of the funniest Transformers movies there is, and I think the cast all did a great job. Anthony Ramos has a really good moment in the final act that I really like. Onto the action, I thought the action was pretty cool, and like I said, it's Steven Caple Jr.'s he brought his own style to it, and I thought it worked perfectly. And the last 30 minutes was just awesome. It was what I wanted from a Transformers movie, and it just takes you back to kind of like those Michael Bay, the first one, where it's just all in kind of action, believable stuff. The main point of this movie that kind of lost me a little bit was the middle of the film. I thought the middle of the film kind of dragged a little bit, and it was kind of just not going anywhere. But as I said, the last act really pulls its weight. It brings everything back up, the action, the hype moments. It was such a pleasant action scene. I was so hyped during that last scene. And the VFX is actually pretty flawless throughout the whole film. The Transformers designs here are pretty simplistic compared to the Michael Bay designs, and I actually really liked them over the Michael Bay designs. And every VFX shot actually looked pretty great. There was a couple shots in the final act that didn't look as great as they did in the beginning, but they don't look bad at all. They don't look like Quantum Mania bad. They're just B level VFX shots compared to A plus through the rest of the film. There was actually there's a little bit of scenes and shots in that final act where something happens to Anthony Ramos' character, and I'm not going to say what it is, but I was worried VFX wise of how that would look, but it doesn't look bad at all. It looks pretty good. I mean, you'll see when you see the movie, but it doesn't look bad at all. I actually liked how it looked. And the score and soundtrack, you have this cool Transformers score and cool little designs with their little sounds that they make. I always enjoy that. I think it's really cool how they make them sound. And this has an awesome soundtrack. We're already off to a good start in June. Spider-Verse had an awesome soundtrack. This has an awesome soundtrack. And those needle drops in this film really worked a lot for me, especially in that third act. There's two songs that I was just so hyped for when they played those two needle drops. I was like, oh my gosh, let's go. I wish the whole film was like that. That would have been so cool. Runtime / pace, this movie is 2 hours and 10 minutes. I think that it's a little bit too long. As I said, the middle of the film kind of drags a little bit. The script in that middle part is just kind of just there just to drag it along. So if it was like 15 minutes shorter, I think this movie would have been like a great movie instead of just good. But overall, I had a really fun time with this movie. It's a fun surprise. I went in with pretty low expectations and I just got out and I was like, damn, I had a fun time with it. I have such a fun time just watching Transformers film. Like even Revenge of the Fallen, which I don't like that much, I still have a fun time with it. But going to just watch a Transformers film in theaters just is it's so cool just seeing these big robots just fight each other. Like I had a fun time, you know. I think everyone else who sees this will have a fun time. It's not an amazing movie like Bumblebee, but I think it's still pretty good. So overall, I'm going to give Transformers Rise of the Beast a 3.5 out of 5. Yeah, I think everyone should go see this movie. June is off to a pretty good start. I've seen 3 new releases and they've all been winners with Spider-Verse, The Boogeyman, and this. So I'm having a fun time and we hopefully should have a flash review coming up next. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.